Greetings and salutations, Internationals. I hit the lever on my chair. This time I'm going to show off and talk a little bit about this delightful box. And I just gave away my general opinion of the box. This currently, by the way, is the Alien Archives 1 and 2 battle cards for Starfinder First Edition Tabletop Roleplaying game. It MSRPs for, right over here, $60. However, currently, as of this video, it is being sold on Amazon for basically $40. Paizo, sometime in late 2024, 2025, will be start releasing Starfinder 2nd Edition to replace Starfinder 1st Edition, because Starfinder 1st Edition is under the OGL. So, there you go. However, I do say, being that Starfinder 2nd Edition will be based on Pathfinder 2nd Edition, that will be a very efficient way to enter Starfinder and play a version of Starfinder that will be easier to learn, very easy to learn. However, unlike this version of Starfinder, that Starfinder will be very much have its mechanics very defined by Pathfinder, where this version of Starfinder, the 1st edition, has some really unique mechanics added to it, such as kinetic AC and energy AC, which is basically AC scores for physical objects striking something, as opposed to a form of energy being projected at something or hitting something. So, as well as some various unique concepts that Paizo did with Starfinder that will most likely be abandoned, but yet also add a good deal of flavor to the system itself. So it's you might be losing a good chunk of flavor for ease of use between the two versions. This contains over, usually they have it on the box, I forget, 315 cards exactly, because I remember actually counting the cards and confirming that earlier, but I forgot what the number was. On the box, you have, I happen to have this wrapper here. It's untreated inside. You could use this as a dice tray, however, being that it's untreated inside, the dice will damage it faster when you throw the dice in there, particularly if you use metal dice. And if you get moisture on it, it will soak in faster. You come with 2 sections here of cards. Incidentally, on the outside of the box, there happens to be advertisements for various Starfinder 1st Edition books and pawn sets, as well as the OGL right there. Due to OGL and Wizards of the Coast being jerks sometimes, Paizo is moving away and going to the Orc. Each one of these sections has multiple bundles of cards. Now, the really nice thing about, there's at least 3 different packs on each side. I'm going to set that there for now. 3 different packs on each side, starting from card number 1 all the way to card 15 in the 3rd pack. This is a combination of both Alien Archive Book 1 and Alien Archive Book 2. On every single one of these cards, there is artwork on the back side for the creature to have, and as a good reference for size, Pathfinder 2nd Edition condition card. This is a standard size playing card, by the way. That is the size of each one of these battle cards. The nice thing about the size is that they are very easy. Take a clip or a double clip and attach them to the top of your Game Master screen so that your players can show. Or if you are playing and your players are like screwing around in a temple or something or someplace, and you flip up this card. This comes out of the fire, moving directly at you. Roll initiative. People A get to see the pretty artwork. If you want, you can put your finger down here and block the name of the creature, as to not allow people to quickly and easily metagame. That's actually a very convenient spot they put the name, so as a game master you can effortlessly block it from people's vision. And then if someone successfully does a knowledge check, you can easily just take your finger from there to there, and yeah, that's indeed what you see. Each one of these cards, I'll take card number 1. Very much, if you are familiar with Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 or Pathfinder 1st Edition, you will recognize the format, as well as Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition. You'll have the CR score here, the name, the XP, and all the basic information going down the card in the exact same order every time. You might have a new section here and there inserted in. Incidentally, that's the creature we're looking at. Every single card has a different creature on it. This is from Alien Archives 2, just in case you wanted to know where to look for it. Incidentally, the sad thing is they do not include the page number in the Alien Archives book for the creature. Now, as you go down the stat block, you'll notice that this will have a continued on card 2. And in fact, there is card 2. Now, the problem is, there's been a few times with the Gale Force 9 Beast Monster cards and a few other third-party brand cards for various creatures for Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition or other systems, that oftentimes they will just simply put see page blah 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 for more information in situations where the stat block overflows from one end to the other. At very most, they will a lot of them will do that. The best ones so far have always been typically companies that will do double-sided cards, where they'll have stat block start on one side and then not enough space and go to the second side. However, Paizo goes with the double card method, where they can show you both, where they can include the entire stat block and all the abilities of the creature, and then they stick artwork on the other side showing the creature. And as I said before, every single one of these cards will have artwork for them, and it will be different each and every time, specifically to the creature. If it's not different, or it doesn't perceive to be different, you either have a part 2, or you have a situation where you have 2 different variants that are very similar to each other. And by the way, if you look very carefully, they have different guns. Okay? They're slightly different pose. So, and Starfinder has a nice variety. There's some of these cards that are doubles because they are continuations. They're not the 2 different creatures that look the same. They're actually literally one creature that just happens to have 2 cards, as I said before, because they overflow from one card to the next. So, you have a nice variety of creatures in each one of these boxes. Being that the MSRP is for $60, and it's currently being sold for $40. If you are going to run Starfinder or have been running Starfinder, I highly advise going and buying it now if you have the money, because these cards, these battle cards that Paizo produces for their TTRPGs are amazing. and they help out immensely whenever you're in a game and you need to see them. My personal preference when I game master a game, whether it be for 5th edition or Pathfinder or anything else, instead of using the book to keep track of my creatures, I just simply go, I use the book to get basic lore on them. I then pick out my creatures that I want, and then I lay them out on the table where I'm working. I roll their initiatives ahead of time, and then, ahead of time, before the game even happened. I will roll initiatives, I'll put down their passive perceptions, or what they might be doing, or something like that. And their temperament. Oh, by the way, color out of space. There's actually quite a few Cthulhu or Lovecraftian creatures in Pathfinder 2nd edition. But anyways, I will pre-roll all my initiatives ahead of time, and I'll use a standard notebook. I have it somewhere. I think it might actually be in a starter set box. I will pre-roll, I'll get a notebook, basically a 30-line notebook, and go from bottom to top, -4 to +30 on the initiative. And then I'll write down each individual creature in a line right there. What creature it is and how much HP it has. And then when it comes to time to play or run the game, when my players get into a fight with that creature, if they haven't decided to talk to it or bribe it or do something else or just blitzkrieg it, you know, just throw a fireball at it from cover and take it out in a single shot, because they all decided to prep all their attacks all at once and rain fire down on a target, and they wipe it out in a single round. I have them roll initiative, and then all it takes is I got my notebook right there. Matt says his character has a 6. I write his character's name down, 6, in the line 6. John says his character has a 21. I simply write his character's name down in 21 on the row 21, and I just keep going from there. And at the very moment the last person says they have their initiative and they tell me their initiative, I just simply say, okay, first person on the top, that's the first person. I take a die or a pin and set it right there, right on the first line, at the highest point on my sheet. And I just move the pencil down as I resolve all of the initiative order. And it takes the initiative literally only as long as it takes for the players to roll initiative. Literally just a player rolling their D20 or D6s in a other system, tell me the number, first person, second person, third person, fourth person, fifth person, the time it takes me to write the name in the slot on the sheet, they're done. I start with the person with the high, or the creature that, or the player or the creature that has the highest initiative. And that saves me so much time. People complain about it taking too long to run initiative. It doesn't take long. It just takes experience and a bit of foreplanning. And anyways, if I happen to have a random encounter or something, some reason that players decide to literally just start a fight right there on a spot with someone that I don't have their initiatives written up, I will either have a pre-prepared generic initiative list for that for universal character use that has various NPC classes listed there, or I have a sheet that literally just has all the numbers and all the slots that's made up ahead of time, and I just have to roll the dice, write that character's spot down and all the other characters while the players are rolling their dice, and then I ask the players in order what they got for theirs, and then it's done. And it takes so much, it's so much faster to do it that way. And I actually did a video actually showing off my system and talking about it yet again in another video way back. But anyways, back to this. My basic thing is that this is a 4+ star item. If you have the money or you see it for sale and you run Starfinder, get it. It's just that simple. It's a 4+. You have all the information you absolutely need. This is actually 2 different Alien Archives books in one box. Granted, $60 is a good chunk of money, but that's typically a price of a book. And you're kind of getting 2 books. The only thing you're missing out is the templates in the original books, the races information in those books, and the upgrade conversion adjustment systems in those books, as well as a glossary and index on the specific mechanics of each ability or special traits it's in there. As long as you basically know what Engulf does or other traits besides what's on the cards, you're good. But even then, if you have both the books and this, that's awesome. I highly recommend it yet again, and I hope you enjoy it. Everyone who ever uses these cards from Paizo when running either the Pathfinder 2nd Edition or Starfinder 1st Edition, if you buy the bestiary cards for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, always enjoys having them because they're so well made and so well organized. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a delightful day, a nice night, a wonderful week, and a magnificent month. And if you enjoy this video, please share it around, subscribe, like, and if you have any questions or just simply want to retell tales of you and your adventures in the comments section, go for it and do so. If you happen to be a Starfinder YouTuber, feel free to mention so in the comments below. Okay? Have a delightful day, a nice night, a wonderful week, and a magnificent month yet again, and see you next time.